It's June, dear stranger online, and you know what that means, right? It's illegal not to be queer. Otherwise, Looker will come arrest you. Better do something fruity, fast. Go, message your gender ambiguous crush. Buy that Sylvian plush that's sitting in your Pokemon Center cart. Do it, I'll wait. I love Pride Month. It's such a huge month for this channel, right? The most Team Rocket of the Pokemon YouTube channels out there. So prepare for trouble and make it double because I have some of the queerest content on this whole Pokésphere ready for you in the upcoming days. And that's to say something, mainly in the series as queer-friendly as Pokemon. Here we have the L, the G, the B, the T, the Q, and the plus. And I've covered it extensively in this channel before. From why do queer people feel so drawn to these expressive and diverse kawaii kaijus, to displaying the queer inclusive environments we build to enjoy our favorite game, not without some stunfisks along the way. But for this video, I want to try something a bit different, a more unorthodox aesthetically video, because unfortunately, as it is the nature of YouTube, you are usually listening to one single queer babbling and preaching to you all the time. Well, me. And I think we should change that. I believe firmly that the more queer people, the better. And that is the founding boulder of the video I have for you today. Because even though we've explored time and again why this colorful cast of characters living wild adventures in a solar punk utopia resonates so deeply with queer people, I want to look away from the characters for a bit and bring the spotlight to the real, flesh and blood queer people that are shaping the Pokemon community today. I watch a lot of Pokemon on YouTube, and there are of course dozens and dozens of creators with platforms much bigger than mine, and I had the privilege to meet a lot of them in the past year. All incredible people and vocal allies, but maybe, since it's June, we should pivot a little bit from the allies to focus on the actual queer creators doing incredible work around this corner of the internet. Some well-established, others that have started recently, but are nevertheless bringing diverse and beautiful stories to the Pokemon community. We have the L, the G, the B, and the T doing everything from nuzlockes to shiny hunting to fundraisers to challenge runs to queer-themed VGC tournaments and to playing Jeopardy with drag queens. I guarantee to you, it doesn't matter which kind of content you usually watch, your next favorite LGBTQ+ Pokétuber might just be here in this video. Today, I will try to present a few creators that might have flown under your radar, dear stranger online, but as soon as this video is finished, you will be enamored with them, binge watching and liking and subscribing to help them sail the deep and treacherous waters of the YouTube algorithm. Obviously, every single channel that I will mention here will be linked in the description of this video, and you need to subscribe to them, otherwise Officer Jenny will come and arrest you. It is the law. And you know, even if you're not queer, the best way to be a good ally is to share this video to all of your friends who love Pokemon. Tag your favorite Pokétuber on Blue Sky, annoy them and say, hey, it's Pride Month, and as an ally, you need to share this one video with your 8 million subscribers. Because, you know, I'm just a single tran and I can only do so much, but whenever this community gets together, there's no limit to what we can accomplish. And for this month, I would really like to highlight these talented creators to every single Pokemon fan out there. Because the Pokemon community is as rich and diverse as the 1025 Pokemon that are roaming far and wide, and as every Pokemon is someone's favorite, so is every Pokétuber. And to begin this certified Cecily banger, I would like to first share with you a short word from the sponsor of today's video, the Ditto Daycare.
As the head director of the Ditto Daycare, I promise to transform your potential to help you satiate your content viewing habits. Hello everyone, my name is Roberto Eliezer Alberto Rodríguez de Aragón con un montón de apellidos González, but you may simply call me RobbyForShort. I am the internet's premier Ditto enthusiast and Drag Race Pokétuber, known for giving the contestants of the popular TV show RuPaul's Drag Race Pokémon teams based on their brand, runways, and personalities. I'm also a seasoned game show host, having hosted 2 iterations of my Jeopardy-style Pokemon game show with a 3rd iteration on the way. and I've written a video essay exploring how Terapagos' theme music defines Kieran's journey of self-worth. In short, the RobbyForShort YouTube channel is for the chronically online Drag Race fan who also enjoys the queer ramblings of a wannabe Pokétuber. Join us at the Ditto Daycare, transforming Pokemon trainers into their best selves since 2021.
Hello, dear strangers online. My name's Nora. 4 years ago, when Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were released, I turned to the online community when I got obsessed and my IRL friends couldn't keep up. The place I gravitated to most was the shiny hunting community, and quickly realized there were a lot of other queer and trans folks a part of it. I decided to stream my shiny hunts, starting small and slowly soldering together dream setups. Since then, I've helped teams complete 2 full shiny living dexes in under 24 hours by finding the most elusive shiny Pokemon. And we broke a world record for the most shiny Pokemon found in a single day. I also started a collective called Pokemon Pride and have organized fundraisers with hundreds of incredible queer, trans, and allied streamers and countless community members involved. Together, we've raised over $200,000 for amazing LGBTQ+ causes, and there's one going on right now for Pride Month. Returning to the Pokemon franchise near the beginning of my transition allowed me to revisit, reimagine, and reclaim a childhood where it brought me a lot of joy when I didn't have the words to say I was transgender. I share very clearly that I'm trans in everything I do to try to be a positive light that creates allies and space in communities I'm a part of. But the most important reason is to show that a life worth living is possible to trans folks who might be struggling with bigotry, are still trying to figure themselves out, or can't be as loudly or openly trans because it's not safe for them. Come check out my streams over on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube to keep up with my shiny hunting journey.
Hello, my name is Glitch, also known as GlitchxCity, and I am a music producer and Pokemon content creator. I've been making Pokemon remixes now for 15 years now, and I've done quite a bit of work over the years, from experimental EDM to epic orchestral to lo-fi hip-hop to house, just covering all types of genres that I'm interested in. I've also done remixes and covers from other games such as the Legend of Zelda series, Kirby, Deltarune, Undertale, and just basically any game that I find interesting. As far as my non-music related content, I have another channel called the Glitchlogs where I like to tell and showcase my Pokemon adventures in ways that I haven't really been able to do so on my music remix channel. I've been having a lot of fun with that. As far as any upcoming projects and stuff, I have a lot of musical projects on the back end that I can't talk about yet. And then other stuff relating to Pokemon for that channel. I have some compilation videos that I want to get out. I'm still finishing up my Scarlet and Violet coverage. I have maybe 4 or 5 tracks left that I have to cover before Pokemon Legends ZA comes out. And then once Pokemon Legends ZA comes out, we're going back to Kalos. We're going back to Kalos. And then as far as Glitchlogs, I have quite a few videos that are in the pipeline. I just haven't gotten around to recording my scripts yet. I am so excited to share one video that I was filming all throughout last year. And then I'm also filming some other videos leading up to Pokemon World. So that's very exciting. That's very exciting. But yeah, like otherwise, I have a lot of projects in the pipeline. I've just been working on secret projects and I haven't gotten around to these other projects yet, but I'm super excited to be able to share that with you guys in the future.
Hi everybody, I'm Enna, my pronouns are they, them, and I make Pokemon content of all sorts. Mostly it's opening TCG cards because they're so pretty, but I also play the video games and I also do vlogging type content at events. Pokemon means so much to me being a queer person because Team Rocket was my queer awakening. I didn't realize it until much later in life, but seeing Jesse and James like defy gender and not giving a care and just being true to themselves, really it helped me come to terms with me being non-binary and pansexual at the same time, because I love them both so much and I didn't understand what that meant, you know, as a 13-year-old. So to me, being a queer person, Pokemon means so much to me, and it will always hold a special place in my heart because it helped me figure out who I truly am. It's so important being a queer voice in the Pokemon community because in the video games industry and in just gaming in general, it can feel like we're not welcome, but there are so many of us out there that play Pokemon, who make content about Pokemon, and just know that you're welcome too. You're 100% valid to be here and be who you want to be, and that's one of the beautiful things about Pokemon, is Pokemon truly is for everyone. So you're welcome, I'm welcome, and let's have a great Pride.
Hi everyone, I'm ShockinglyGongas, or Gongas for short, and I'm a non-binary YouTube content creator and streamer who plays Pokemon Hardcore Nuzlockes of Pokemon mods. Oh, and I'm also a Pokemon mod developer, as well as an artist, animator, and editor. Yes, I know, it's a lot. My main goal is to create a community full of welcoming, kind, and open-minded people interested in the abundance of things that I do over on my channel, such as the Pokemon mod that I'm currently working on, Pokemon Royal Sapphire, a Sapphire mod coming out in August 2025, aimed at expanding the Hoenn region's story and maps, changing every single location in the game in some way, shape, or form, as well as adding new dialogue, overhauling the encounter tables, trainer battles, the movesets, and most importantly of all, Team Aqua's lore, as I decided to make the story take a new twist, where they not only go after Kyogre, but Lugia as well. Okay, well, what about when I'm live? What do I do? I'm currently on a deep run of Pokemon Photonic Sun, a difficulty mod by Buffalo Saft, but I've beaten several others in the last 5 years, such as all the Drayano mods, as well as the big bad Emerald Kaizo. Just like I mentioned prior, I'm a content creator here on YouTube, so you can expect all these runs to be turned into movie quality videos for you to watch at a later point down the line. Right now, I have both my Blaze Black 2 Redux video and Sinking Sapphire video released, but you can expect many more in the next few months. If any of what I just said seems up your alley, then be sure to check out my channels, and if you want to be a part of my awesome community, then be sure to join my Discord. You will not regret it.
Hi there, my name is Fawn. I go by FaunAndGames in most places online. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm a queer, Canadian, non-binary, neurospicy variety streamer who is more than a little bit in love with Pokemon. I play and live stream every new Pokemon game that comes out. I open up Pokemon card packs and work on my Pokemon card collection. I also have been trying to learn how to shiny hunt in more and more of the Pokemon games. Pokemon is so important to me for a lot of different reasons, but one of the biggest ones is the Pokemon community. Getting to take part in Pokemon Pride events and fundraising for LGBTQI2+ charities, where all the Pokemon fans come through and are so supportive, it always fills my heart with such joy. As a young, queer, non-binary nerd, I didn't always feel welcome in a lot of places, but it's so important to feel welcome. So I just want to say this Pride, please know that no matter what part of the spectrum you are, how you identify, whether you are out already or still on your journey, you deserve to be here, to take up space, have your voice heard, find your community, and to share your love of Pokemon in whatever way and form that takes place. So take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and good luck on all your Pokemon adventures.
Hi everyone, I'm Shiny Stone, originally from Brazil. I'm 34 years old and I live currently in the UK, and I'm very happy to be part of this video. One of the things that I do in my life is content creation as Shiny Stone, and I have been doing on and off over the past 3 years, but I started to give it more attention over the past few months. My content could be described as competitive Pokemon battling on mushrooms. Let me explain myself. What I do is I record my own battles on Pokemon VGC or Pokemon TCG Pocket. I edit the shit out of those battles, full of memes, so in the end, they are more confusing, you understand less of what's going on, but you're watching a very funny meme compilation around a Pokemon battle, which is always a fun experience. I have also started dabbling in a few other things because I do stream as well. And then there's this other part of content creation, which is called the Girly Pop Games, which is something that I started a year and something ago, where we do competitive gaming made by queer people for queer people, which are basically events where we have content creators come in and compete in a specific game 90% of what we do is Pokemon, 10% is other games. The biggest thing that we do is called the Girly Pop Cup, which is basically a VGC competitive game with a bunch of content creators that we invite, they participate, they are players, they are casting the matches, they are interviewing the players after the matches are done. And we double these events as fundraisers for a specific charity. So we're also supporting queer-centric charities around the world whenever we can. And this whole thing is just to show everyone that we have a lot of queer people that are in competitive gaming, that competitive gaming can be fun for queer people, and there is a huge community of queer people that play VGC. As of this video coming out, I believe it'll be around the time where the next Girly Pop Cup is going to be out, and we're doing things a little differently. It's actually a little bit of a reality TV show in 3 episodes that have 10 participants going down to 4 participants that will compete for the title of the Ultimate Girly Pop Trainer in June 21st on a live event. And also, subscribe to Cecily on YouTube if you haven't done yet, because if you do not do it... Exactly.
Hello, my name is Toximae, and while I normally shiny hunt over on my own channel, ToximaeTTV, I've been asked by the lovely Cecily to tell you what Pokemon means to me and my connection to the queer community. To put it quite frankly, I wouldn't have any connection to the LGBT community if it weren't for Pokemon. Beyond the friends and allies I've met along the way, I also found my family in my polycule with all my amazing partners who are quite literally the reason I'm able to make this content and do what I do full time. Streaming my shiny hunting not only gave it more direction and purpose, but also gave me a sense of purpose through the most difficult time of my life, and it continues to serve as my safe place to this day. I do all sorts of fun shiny hunting challenges and themes, and I'm working on a shiny living dex alongside so many other projects that I cannot wait to share with the world. With that, I hope you can check me out here on YouTube or over on Twitch, and maybe, just maybe, I can become your next favorite shiny hunter.
Hi friends, I'm Aria Zero and I use she, they pronouns, and I am a Canadian magical girl drag artist. I am probably best known online for my Pokemon Drag Race series, where I put Pokemon into the Drag Race simulator and see who wins. We've done them based off of regions, we've done versus ones with other creators based on types, and I've also done some thematic ones where I've let you, in the YouTube polls, judge the seasons for me. I also do some other just video games X drag content, so if you like that kind of stuff, hi, it's me, Aria Zero. Pokemon for me was one of my first childhood hyperfixations that I can remember. But it was really difficult because I loved it. But a lot of my friends just weren't into that, or they didn't have the access to Pokemon in the way that I did. And the other people in my school and the other people that I saw growing up who liked Pokemon didn't like Pokemon in the same way that I did. They wanted to be Ash, they wanted to be they wanted to catch them all and be the best trainer and be champion, and I wanted to be May, I wanted to be Dawn, I wanted to be bonding with my cute and pretty and goobery Pokemon and doing shows with them, doing spectacles, putting on performances, which I'm a drag artist now, so kinda. But the beautiful thing about Pokemon is it is a huge umbrella of a franchise with people from all different backgrounds, all different places, all different experiences, and by engaging in content online with other Pokemon content creators that are queer and creating queer Pokemon related content, it has been miraculous to explore Pokemon in a way that I typically didn't see as a child, and it's been really rewarding, I would say, to connect with people like you. I know there are probably other kids out there who were like me, who like Pokemon but couldn't find other people who liked Pokemon in the way they did, and I really hope to be like a light for them, a light for people who were like me. Queerness in Pokemon is beautiful. Let it be normalized, let it not be weird, and listen, if Charizard's your favorite Pokemon, great on you, but let someone's favorite Pokemon be Pachirisu, let someone's favorite Pokemon be Luvdisc, and make space for people with those voices. And Pokemon Company, bring Pokemon contests back, because we need a competitive scene for Pokemon contests. Thank you!
Hi, my name is Aaron. I use he, they pronouns. I'm a queer content creator who explores the emotional connections we share with Pokemon. I create space for thoughtful connections and nostalgic joy, especially for those who might not see themselves reflected in the gaming space. My content blends storytelling and creativity, from asking 40,000 people their favorite Pokemon to spotlighting plush, figures, and cards as pieces of art. I'm also a photographer who loves to capture the world like it's Pokemon Snap, using my camera to bring Pokemon toys to life. Pokemon has been with me since Gen 1 release, and it's more than just a game to me. It's a comfort, a creative outlet, and a way to connect with others. My content is a love letter to a franchise that means so much to me and my younger self who found comfort in a Game Boy screen and desperately wanted to feel seen in a world that didn't always welcome them. If any of this resonates with you, my username on YouTube and everywhere else I exist is Damigos.
Thank you so much for attending my presentation about why you should support LGBTQ+ Pokemon creators, and first let's discuss why it matters at all. Queer creators in any space, even one as progressive as Pokemon, are still facing persecution and hate just for who they are. Take it from me, a trans content creator, there's plenty of lunatics who are more than happy to call you a slur in the comments or throw out a random insult. These people, despite you knowing that they don't really matter very much, can still hurt. There's often only so much you can take. At a certain point you've had enough. The harassment queer people face just for trying to live their lives is extremely taxing, especially in recent times. You never like going live or releasing a video or even doing something as small as posting a picture just to see hatred and bigotry on your monitor, something that happens far too often. That's why, to me, it's so important to uplift LGBTQ+ creators right now. Whenever people support me in what I do, I can take solace in the fact that they see me not as someone to hate or as a political talking point, but as a human being. I love rambling about random VGC stuff in comments, or cracking jokes about insane spreads or whatever, because sometimes it can feel like a nice breath of fresh air. For that reason, I encourage you to try and support queer creators this Pride Month, especially when they can sadly experience more bigotry than normal among the celebrations. This is a time where you should be celebrating your identity in spite of those who want to make you feel bad for it. This is a time when you should be raising awareness and coming together as a community. This is a time where you should be, to be a bit blunt, taking pride in who you are. That's why this kind of support with videos like these matter as much as they do. Spreading and shining a light on positive messages is extremely important among a sea of negativity. Right now, supporting LGBTQ+ Pokemon creators is vital. At a time when they're constantly receiving hate messages and threats and harassment because of their identity, lending a supportive voice is remarkably helpful, both to the individual and as a whole. Plus, you can easily find some really good stuff to watch, as you'll see in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and back to you, Cecily, and everybody else.
I think I cannot do a Pride video in the year of our Lord 2025 without talking about what a difficult year this has been for queer people, especially the T part of that acronym. In the United States, trans people are facing risk of being completely cut out from life-saving healthcare. In Brazil, trans people under 21 are being locked out of treatments that they were legally guaranteed since 2008. In the UK, trans women are being literally legislated out of existence. It's really hard to find things to be proud about, and it's times like these that remind us that Pride is first and foremost a protest. But also reminds us that community is the most important thing we can have, binding us together, helping each other out. I was joking a little bit earlier when I asked your help to share this video, but please, your help in amplifying these queer voices in the Pokemon community, supporting them financially, helping them reach new audiences and bring our struggles to the spotlight is more important today than ever. So I, and I believe all the other creators featured, really appreciate your support and watching the video up until here. For June, I am participating in the Pokemon Pride fundraiser that is being hosted by NoraInTheFuture. We will be raising funds for the Point of Pride charity in the United States, which supports trans people worldwide in raising funds for surgeries, HRT, chest binders, and to thrive in a long and happy life. If you want to help Brazilian trans people as well, I would kindly ask for a donation to Akazulu, an LGBTQIA+ living center which provides much needed support to homeless queer people in my home city. You can donate any value you want using both QR codes on your screen, or the links in the description of the video, and I will be eternally grateful. For the Pokemon Pride fundraiser, I have challenged myself to tackle the most challenging shiny hunt I ever did. I will be hunting for the only canonically trans Pokemon in the history of these games, Meryl. On generations 3 to 5, there is a 33% chance that an assigned female at birth Azurill will evolve to a male Meryl. Call it a bug, call it a feature, I call it the magic of HRT. Considering the shiny odds and gender ratio in these games, the odds of finding a shiny Azurill that will evolve to a transmask Meryl are 1 out of 32,768, and I will definitely be tackling that throughout the month of June. And if I'm successful, there will be another video telling my adventure coming very soon. So don't forget to subscribe for that. In any case, happy Pride, dear stranger online, and thanks for supporting a nerdy trans Latina throughout this entire year. I really appreciate it, and hope to see you back on this channel soon.